is this?
Right here, right now.
In a hidden crevice beneath the eternal ice, a Norwegian team, Edvard Jonas, Olav, Karl, Juliet, Lars, Henrik, Colin, and Petter, stumbles upon something that shouldn't exist. The twisted remains of an extraterrestrial spaceship, buried like a sinister secret in the heart of the permafrost. Paleontologist Kate Lloyd, drawn into this frozen hell by the obsessed Dr. Sander Halverson and his assistant Adam, arrives in a helicopter piloted by Carter, Derek, and Griggs, its blades cutting through the air with a hum that sounds like a lament. The wind howls, as if Antarctica itself is trying to warn them. Stay away. The ship, a corpse of alien metal, watches them from the shadows of the crevice, its impossible contours defying reason. But it's not just a ship they find. Beneath a block of ice lies something else. The body of an inhuman creature, frozen in a grotesque grimace. Its features twisted as if the ice itself wanted to trap it forever. At the Norwegian base, the ice block encasing the thing is transported inside, a monolith of ice containing an unspeakable horror. The atmosphere in the station is thick, charged with euphoria and nervousness. The researchers, Edvard Jonas, Olav, Karl, Juliet, Lars, Henrik, Colin, and Petter, toast with shaky laughter, trying to drown out the foreboding that haunts them. But the night brings a terror they cannot ignore. Derek, pale-faced, bursts into the dining room, his voice broken by panic. The thing has escaped. The ice is shattered like fragile glass. The base of ceiling is destroyed, and the creature has fled outside, leaving a nightmarish trail behind. The team splits up, flashlights trembling in frozen hands, as they search the dark corridors and the wind howls like a funeral dirge. Lars's husky appears ripped apart, its body mutilated in a carnage that defies all logic, as if something tore it from the inside. The horror intensifies when Olav and Henrik find the alien, an abomination of impossible forms, a twisted mass of flesh that moves with an unnatural life. Before they can react, the creature traps Henrik, its viscous limbs enveloping him, melting him into a pulsating mass that seems to digest him alive. Henrik screams tear through the air as the team arrives, too late. A flamethrower roars and flames devour the monster along with Henrik's remains, leaving a stench of burnt flesh and a silence that weighs like death. Back at the base, the charred corpse of the thing lies on an autopsy table, but there's no relief. The scientists, faces gaunt with fear, cut into the alien flesh and discover something worse. It was absorbing Henrik, its cells merging with his in a grotesque process. A titanium plate, expelled like waste, gleams under the cold lab light. Kate, her heart pounding in her throat, looks through the microscope. The creature's cells are alive, pulsating with malevolent energy, capable of imitating and cloning any organism. It's a perfect predator, an imitator that knows no limits. Panic grows. Derek, Carter, Griggs, and Olaf prepare the helicopter to seek help, but Kate finds something that chills her to the bone. Bloody dental fillings on a bathroom floor, a shower splattered with fresh blood. Her warning cry is lost in the roar of the propellers. She runs to the helipad, waving her arms, but it's too late. In the air, the horror erupts. Griggs, transformed into the thing, writhes into a mass of flesh and tendons, attacking Olaf. The helicopter shakes violently, a metallic whirlwind plummeting toward the mountains in an explosion of fire and snow. Kate returns to the bathroom, breathless, only to find that the blood has vanished, as if it had never been there. But the fear remains, whispering a terrifying truth. The thing is still among them. The air in the Norwegian base is polluted with fear, a venom that seeps into every glance, every whisper. Kate, her voice trembling with urgency, reveals a chilling truth. The thing not only imitates, but could already be among them, hidden behind a familiar face. Her words echo into the void. The team, blinded by desperation, ignores her warning and plans to evacuate the station. Only Juliet, eyes wide with terror, shares her panic. Together, they rush to find the keys to the second helicopter, determined to prevent the monster from escaping. But horror catches up to them. Juliet, in a nightmarish instant, transforms. Her skin cracks, her bones snap at impossible angles, and a viscous tentacle emerges from her body, trapping Carl in a deadly embrace. Before his scream fades, Lars appears, the flamethrower spewing fire. The flames devour the creature and Carl, leaving an oppressive silence and the stench of burnt flesh. Miraculously, Carter and Derek return, bruised but alive, crawling from the helicopter crash. But distrust greets them like a knife. How did they survive? The others, nerves frayed, quarantine them, fearing the thing has taken their bodies. The group, on the verge of collapse, plans a test to separate humans from imposters. Kate, clinging to a thread of hope, remembers the key. The creature cannot replicate inorganic materials like dental fillings or Henrik's titanium plate. But before they can act, an explosion shakes the base. The laboratory burns, reduced to ashes. Paranoia erupts like a plague. Accusations fly. Glances turn venomous, and the group fractures. Kate, with the determination of a survivor, inspects everyone. Those without fillings or piercings, Sander, Edvard, Adam, and Colin, are isolated, watched by Petter, who wields a flamethrower with trembling hands. Kate, Lars, and Jonas, confirmed as human, split up. Lars and Jonas search for Derek and Carter, but find a hole in the floor. The pilots have escaped. Lars rushes after them into the storm, while screams echo in the distance. Jonas returns, pale, babbling about what he saw. Suddenly, Carter and Derek burst into the base, armed with Lars's pistol and flamethrower. The confrontation is immediate. Petter, finger on the trigger, threatens him, but before he can fire, Derek shoots him dead with a precise shot. Petter's flamethrower explodes in a fireball, and Edvard falls unconscious amidst the chaos. In the medical room, horror erupts. Edvard, or what's left of him, transforms. His flesh twists, his eyes melt into an inhuman grimace, and he attacks. Jonas, caught by a tentacle, is absorbed in an instant of agony. Derek, mortally wounded, falls into Carter's arms. Adam, struck by the creature, merges with it into a two-headed abomination that flees, leaving a trail of blood and terror. Kate, her heart pounding on the verge of collapse, burns Jonas before the infection spreads. Carter, devastated, swears to hunt the monster. Together they pursue the Edvard Atom abomination, which now stalks Sander. In the kitchen, the alien corners Carter, its appendages snapping like whips. At the last second, Kate unleashes a burst of fire, incinerating the monster and saving her companion. But there's no respite. They see Sander, or what was Sander, fleeing on a snowmobile toward the crater where the alien ship lies. The storm rages. The ice groans beneath their feet. The ship, now awake, emits a hum that drills into their bones. Kate falls inside, trapped in a labyrinth of extraterrestrial metal. The alien, in Sander's broken form, ambushes her, its shapes mutating in a macabre dance. In a final act of desperation, Kate throws a grenade. The explosion shakes the ship, and the monster perishes in a burst of flesh and fire. Silence returns, but not peace. In Antarctica, the ice never forgets. The explosion reverberates in the crater, a roar that shatters the alien ship and plunges it back into a deadly silence. Kate and Carter, breathless, emerge in metallic hell, their faces marked by exhaustion and terror. The snowmobile waits, a fragile lifeboat in the ocean of snow. But something stops Kate. Her gaze fixes on Carter, and a chill runs down her spine. The earring that once marked him as human is gone. With a trembling but firm voice, she confesses that that small metal hoop was what saved him from quarantine, what proved his humanity. Carter, with a flash of panic in his eyes, makes a fatal mistake. His hand searches the wrong ear. The air freezes. Kate doesn't hesitate. The flamethrower roars, and Carter, or what pretended to be Carter, rides in a whirlwind of alien flesh under the flames. His inhuman screams die out in the night, leaving only ashes and an echo of betrayal. Kate, now alone, gets on the snowmobile. Her hands tremble, not from the cold, but from the certainty that the nightmare might not be over. Antarctica watches her, its white vastness devouring any hope. With a last look into the darkness, she starts the engine and disappears into the storm, a solitary figure against a horizon that seems to swallow her. In the credits, horror breathes again. The polar base lies deserted, a mausoleum of ice and blood. The storm has subsided, and a helicopter descends, cutting the silence with the hum of its blades. Matthijs, the rescue pilot, descends cautiously, his steps crunching in the snow. "Is anyone there?" he shouts, his voice swallowed by the void. The camera pans across the base, stopping on Colin's body, motionless, his life extinguished by his own hand in a final act of desperation. But then, a movement breaks the stillness. Lars, miraculously alive, emerges from the weapons shed, his face hardened and a sniper rifle in his hands. His eyes scrutinize Matthijs, searching for any sign of the inhuman. Satisfied that the pilot is human, Lars opens his mouth to recount the horror, but sound stops him. A husky, identical to the one the thing ripped apart at the beginning, dashes out of the base, its frantic run kicking up clouds of snow. Lars's heart stops. He knows what it means. That dog is not a dog. It's the thing alive, cunning, escaping to infect the world. Without hesitation, he shoves Matthijs toward the helicopter. "Get in," he shouts, as the engine roars to life. The craft lifts off, chasing the husky across the white desert. Lars, leaning out with a rifle, fires, each shot a desperate attempt to stop the inevitable. The camera pulls back, the helicopter pursuing the creature under the frozen sky, weaving a bridge to the terror that begins in John Carpenter's 1982 The Thing.